Okay.
The bar is, at least the way, 30, 35, 40. Woo!
In private, what?
Hold on for a sec. Believe it or not, we might have hit a snag.
Um,
Update setting. Oh, because it's mine. No, it's yours. Turn on.
It's kind of late on the East Coast, eh?
Yeah. You're good though, right?
Oh, yeah. Easy for you to say you didn't ride with Lee today.
No, that's true. Or uphill the wrong way.
Yeah.
Here,
Hear about it? A little bit, yeah. It was Lee's fault. Yeah.
I think Lee gets all the credit and all the blame.
Yeah.
I should tell people that it's being live streamed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, tell Ed Kell live stream right now. Enough of the complaining.
okay, what's this telling us to do?
I don't know.
How many are in the waiting room?
Oh, it'll just be they're showing up on the YouTube thing, but we're having trouble actually broadcasting right now. Mike's working on it.
Yeah. You've got a really good Santa Claus vibe, Jim, I gotta tell you.
Yeah,
That beard is coming in.
it's coming in nicely. So I forgot my medication bag in Chilliwack. And in my medication bag is my beard trimmer. And so I've been without I still have the levodopa, but none of the other stuff. Hopefully in Edmonton I'll get resupplied with all that stuff. But you're right, it is coming into Santa Claus territory.
You're broadcasting now.
We're broadcasting now.
We're broadcasting.
Fine.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Jim and Mike here on the West Coast. Why don't the East Coasters introduce yourselves?
Callum here.
Lloyd.
Lee. And Susan joining today.
And Susan's coming in today. Awesome.
Very
That's why
good.
she's not in uniform. She thinks you're right.
I know, right? Not yeah.
You haven't had a chance to have the speech yet with Susan about never ever being out of uniform.
Frozen.
Took several days for Lee
You're
to.
not talking to anybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
Frozen. In case anybody can hear me.
Should we bring the backup closer?
No.
Does it work better when it's closer to the pizza?
So that they can hear you. And see you.
Well, I think it's good here.
How do you know whether you're frozen or they're frozen?
We're moving.
So that means they're frozen? Oh, they're gone completely.
They're not even in the meeting anymore. So I think we're still streaming.
We're still streaming. Say something.
Is anyone listening?
No.
Well, I'll continue to talk about Susan being out of uniform then. Lee resisted the uniform policy for the first 3 or 4 days of the trip, but she has succumbed to the rule. Now only be found in rigid riders wear, or spinning wheels wear.
Okay.
That's much better. It's far more flattering of me. You can see that I was riding today by the helmet ridges in my hair. and the thick layer of sunblock on my chin, which is not gray whiskers. It's sunblock. I have no idea whether anyone's listening.
Yeah.
I'm saying nothing of importance,
I'll give Jim a
and probably
call.
no one is listening.
How do we know there? Anyway,
I tried to Google it.
Oh.
Like, where do you find it?
Yeah, there's 3 people watching.
Hmm.
Oh, 3 people watching. That's the live. Oh, that's. Oh, yeah, there's. Yeah, okay.
Could be
But-
more than you.
how do we interact with them?
We're interacting with them now.
Well, we have to wait for Jim and Mike to get back.
Yeah.
Hey, Jim, you okay? All right.
Well, the team did
We're still on the Zoom.
the longest ride today,
Live.
and since the start,
Why was it the longest ride, Lee?
was the longest ride
Yeah, but
so
why?
far. Why?
Because you got lost.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little bit worried about tomorrow, I must admit.
What you?
Well, my specialty is getting lost, so we shouldn't be surprised.
I've heard that.
Jim gonna invite someone?
So. Tomorrow, where are we going tomorrow?
Oh,
Lloyd?
okay.
Sure.
We're going to Truro. Are we going all the way to Truro? That's our goal.
I think that should be what we do.
Yeah, we're in Antigonish, for those of you who know where Antigonish is, home of St. Francis Xavier University.
Is that what FX stands for?
So that's what FX stands for, Francis Xavier. And it's not, when I won't tell you what we called it when I was a kid. It was a small town, so
You weren't.
particularly nice.
Right.
Right. But it's a great school and a lovely town. And tomorrow we're supposed to go to a place called Salt Springs.
We were just the guests of a fine family in Gabarus,
Cape Breton.
Cape Breton.
Yeah.
Many generations of Senefexers.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Jim.
And did you
I
find the
said-
people in Cape Breton have a bit of an accent or not? Had you been to Cape Breton before, Lloyd?
I had kind of been to Cape Breton, just really on the edge of Cape Breton.
Yeah.
So this was my first real experience in Cape Breton.
Yeah.
I didn't find that an accent because we had just come from Newfoundland where people do have
Oh,
an
there's,
accent.
there's Jim and Mike.
Oh, our
back.
hosts are back. I can stop saying anything. Good to have you.
Hey, okay, we're back. Interesting how that, sorry for that, technical mishap. But yeah, we're good now. That pizza still does look delicious.
And I made some fruit
So-
salad.
So what's the best thing going on in your week? Besides the fruit
Well, the
salad?
best thing in our week, arrival, obviously.
Obviously, yes. But other than that,
Maybe
other
we
than
could
the
do
fire
Monday
arrival.
today.
So I'll just say that I haven't even joined the team yet, but I met a group of people yesterday at the bike shop. And they were just lovely, including a city councilor, and they were super keen to meet us, and they're gonna come and get a bunch of riders out with us in a couple of days, and that's really exciting. It's really a lot of fun. It made me feel so good.
You should put your face more on the camera if you don't mind. There.
That's me. Hi.
Yeah, we had a great time in Gabarus, which is where Roy's parents are from. So Roy just left early this morning, but it's a lovely small community, and they raised $400 for us through a bake sale, and we got other donations from citizens and the fire hall, and so we're doing pretty well.
Yeah, what did Gabarus contribute in total, Kelly? You know, roughly?
820 about.
This is a community
wow.
of community of 81 people. 78 of them came out to greet us on our arrival and present us with I've already forgotten the number, Callum just said.
$820.
$820 from a community of 81 people.
So
And you had a
what was
link,
wrong
sir?
with the two people?
It was almost impossible to.
So the two people that didn't come out, what was their problem?
We'll get them-
Oh, no.
we'll
Shut-ins?
get them next year.
Was it a good
Shut-ins, yeah.
fish fry?
What's that?
Was it a good fish fry?
Oh,
We
yes.
didn't- Yeah, we had
We
fish
had-
cakes.
Fish cakes.
Cod
Which were
cake.
delicious. Yeah,
There you
cod cakes and traditional baked beans.
Mm.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
And
Two
and
fish
so
pie
how,
for
how many riders were there?
five, four.
4.
4. Nice.
Yeah.
Mike, we had been 5 riders all through Newfoundland. And Mike Snetzinger departed sadly. Well, that sounds like he died. Had to leave the team for other commitments, unfortunately. The day before Gabarus, which was a crime really, because Mike is a distinguished firefighter. And the Gabarus Fire Department let us into town behind the fire truck, which only Lee could keep up with. I thought this fire truck would trundle into town and we'd just pedal behind it. They went like there was a 3-alarm blaze somewhere. I thought they must have gotten a call and were trying to get away from us, but they couldn't escape Lee. She was caught up in the draft of the truck or something. Right on the bumper, the rest of us were falling well behind. It was a sort of a downhill run, and the guy said, "I've got like 1,000 gallons of water on this truck. When we're going downhill, I can't go slow." So
That's
it's
awesome.
An
That
amazing.
explains why I can go downhill fast with 1,000 gallons of beer in my. Sorry. Yes, we've had one of our nastiest things to happen to us today, though. Unfortunately,
We do. Yeah, we've one of our riders suffered a broken collarbone.
Oh,
No.
no.
God.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So got caught up in the rumble strips and then off to the side and took a tumble and ended up breaking his collarbone. No surgery needed. Out of the hospital now. Is doing okay, but will need a few days of rest, and will probably be leaving the relay. In either tomorrow or the next day. They were Chris and Tanya Drummond from Ottawa. It was Chris who took the tumble. And but again, he's okay now, and but we'll and we're either going to visit back with them tonight or tomorrow morning, just to see how they're doing before and make a plan to see when they'll be if they are if they're going to stick in with us or if they're going to. They were coming till the end of Alberta, which is still 3 or 4 more days. So they've been with us since the day we left British Columbia. So they've been riding with us for 4 days, 3 days, 4 days. Yeah. And so which is unfortunate, but
he doesn't have Parkinson's, so it really doesn't matter. No, wait, it does matter. Tanya's mother has Parkinson's. That's who they're riding for in support of.
Yeah.
And he's a wonderful guy. I was riding with him at the
Not
time.
to try and compete. We have had some broken bones at this end. One of our riders broke his ribs. Not all of them,
not okay.
but
Yeah.
Again, this goes back to Gabarus. On the way into Gabarus, we were told you have to stop at Marion Bridge and jump off the bridge into the river.
Really?
Lee, you were there.
No, he broke it there?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
broke it there. So
Wow.
It's hilarious. He did a,
it's pretty-
I don't know what he was
Jumping in the river.
thinking, but he
yeah.
Oh,
essentially did a belly flop and then was complaining about his ribs all the next day. Luckily, he went home the next day. So
Wow.
Yeah. So who is
The
that?
video was quite humorous if he doesn't mind us releasing it.
yeah,
Well, I mean, really, it's for the good of the relay, so he shouldn't remind. He shouldn't. Hopefully, he can recover, and
Yeah, and
you're-
we'll stop laughing at him.
we'll stop laughing at his pain. Yeah, but okay. So one broken collar. We've had a few broken. Wow, we've had a few broken bones on the spinning wheels relay. That is
First,
What
for-
kind of roadway did this mishap occur on? Was it on a highway or anywhere?
It was a 2-lane road. The one interesting thing about Alberta that I've never seen in any other parts of the country is that they actually pave like the slope away from the road. So the first, like the 6 inches or 12 inches down into the ditch is actually paved. And we think
Right.
they do that for erosion. But it does mean that if you get over to the side, you're
heading off.
you're off the road and into the ditch very quickly. And it's hard to pull back from that. So yeah, we do that. How many moose did you guys see in Newfoundland alive?
Newfoundland.
Zero.
Yeah, Newfoundland. Sorry. How many alive moose did you see?
None.
BC, 1.
Wow.
So,
So-
yeah,
Wow.
we're
I get
we're
the
very
sense
happy
you're
with it.
looking for some category that you lead the Eastern team in. Is that what you're doing here? You're
No, no.
desperately looking
No,
for
no.
some,
How many kilometers have you ridden so far?
Well, Susan, you haven't started yet, right? So that's okay. We can go with that. And Callum, same thing with you. You don't have to answer that one because you're not you're the main support guy. So
We are around 900, I think.
okay, yeah. So I think we're
Oh, you're frozen again.
that's because they were about to fib.
Yeah, maybe. Think they'll come back to us? Oh, there they go. They're back again.
there we go. Not about to fib. However, we are at about 1,500 kilometers.
Wow.
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 Yeah.
So I put a shout out to my peeps
Awesome.
to say that they are gonna, I've got a contest going to say, how many kilometers do people think I'm gonna ride? There's 660 left of our Nova Scotia leg. And I've said to people, Price is Right rules, best closest to without going over, will win half the pot, and the rest will go to either the relay or to, if there's money left over, to Parkinson's Canada. And so we'll see how many people bid and what they say. But next couple of days, we'll see if I can raise some money, because some people think I'm not gonna get very far, so we'll see. I'm gonna prove them wrong.
Yes. We
Absolutely.
don't think that.
Right.
Yeah, no, we don't think that, Susan. Yeah, we think you're going we think you're going to get well into the hundreds, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you got 660, I think sky's the limit. And we're very happy that you're out there.
That they're always terrified with riding there.
Are we there? Hey, and so Lloyd, what are we frozen?
We
No.
can see it.
No, you're
Oh, there
just
we go.
moving.
Are we back?
You're good.
Okay. Lloyd, what you can't always get the what was your favorite part of Newfoundland? What but you can't answer your favorite part. What are a couple of the highlights?
Well, I mean, obviously I have to say the people, right? They have the reputation and they live up to it. It was crazy. People pulling over at the side of the road and opening up chests of cold drinks, water, beer, people handing cash out their car windows, people driving crazy distances to bring us food, open up their cabins. The guy drove an hour, lit a fire in his cabin, drove back out to the highway and signaled us in so we knew how to get to his cabin, then drove into town, got us chicken and brought it back so we had something to eat. I mean, am I missing any, Lee, Cal, any
And
other?
our team.
No. Any other great things that Newfoundlanders did? Was every day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And of course, just because of the overall look of our team, we got a lot of attention anywhere we went. Got to the point we couldn't buy an ice cream without being told, no, we know who you are. That's on us. You guys are frozen with envy.
Well, the wildlife that we met didn't seem to want to chip in as much as you guys did out there in the East Coast. But we We had the,
Mike.
Oh, it must be frozen again. Do we keep on freezing?
A little bit.
But it's
Little bit.
funny.
It's funny. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm glad. You know what? We do try to bring the humor to the Spinning Wheels relay.
yeah, the Joe Cubs cutting up the side of the road, but Chris wasn't really appreciative there when he was lying in pain. I tried to make it light. He waved at a rider across the road, and that's when he hit the rumble strip. Unfortunately, the rider came over to check if he was okay, but then he went on. That's the sort of nice people we have out here. Check on us, please.
We did have one of our, Roy, who has gone home. He got a little bit ahead of the pack, which Lee's in the pack. That's some kind of amazing feat, but somehow he got far enough ahead of Lee that he was able to put his bike at the shoulder and go down into the shade and have a nap. And woke up to voices saying, "Are you all right?" And a motorist had pulled over.
That's awesome. Hey, Callum, how from your perspective, right? What were some of the most memorable things that happened? Like from your you support crew logistically, what magic did you have to pull off?
Well, not that much really. I think some of the best parts for me have been like when they go out in the morning and start riding. I sometimes have a little bit of extra time to drive to anywhere nearby that might be interesting. So
you're saying that you're saying that the best part of your day is when they're not around.
That's what I said. No, but that was a good part of it. But I also enjoy because it's hard not to worry when there's like 6 people on the side of the highway cycling all day. So it was good when we got to meet up during the day, or I had to pick somebody up because they were too tired, or organizing accommodations and all that. It's good to know that you're important and that you're needed in making everything work.
Oh, totally, man. Totally. Good for you, man. Well done. Hey, Lee, your turn. Coming into your ride into Newfoundland, what picture did you have in your head, and how was it different from what actually happened?
I was told before coming to Newfoundland, the T Railway trail was rough, and they suggested us to have fat bike.
So what did you do, Lee? Did you take that advice to heart and take action?
I didn't. And then I realized it's such a big mistake. I can barely ride on those conditions. Like, it's just crazy. Piles of rocks and like river rocks, huge rocks, and like the road is terrible. So I tried several days, but then I kind of gave up on the T Railway and end up on the highway.
And so,
But it was, if you ever come to Newfoundland and prepare to ride on T Railway, you need a fat bike. That's for sure.
okay, I can hear Kim Furlong in the far distance going, so I believe I told you we needed fat bikes. Yeah, so tell us about the celebration in St. John's.
The celebration in St. John's was excellent. Parkinson's Society of Newfoundland and Labrador were there. Some cyclists rode out to meet us on the last stretch of the T Railway, brought us in, which was great. And then there was a group that diminished actually because we arrived late, but was still a nice showing of people to applaud. We finished at the Railway Museum. There was a finish line. There were cupcakes. There was cold drinks. And we all had nice chats, and then we trundled off to the rooms, which you have fond memories of, both of you, I'm sure, from 2022, and had that spectacular view of the city. And a great meal.
Nice.
Very
Nice.
nice.
And how was the ferry ride?
Rough. Very rough.
Yeah.
We didn't get a cabin, which was, well, I think we had to get a cabin, but there was none left. So it was overnight. We started at 5 p.m. and it arrived at 9 a.m. the next morning. And I don't think any of us really slept at all.
We
No.
felt really stupid because we have sleeping pads, sleeping bag
Yeah.
all in the van, and we didn't listen to the people there.
Yeah.
Nobody told us, I mean, at
They
least
told us it's freezing, like
Yeah.
they
it's cold.
told us to bring fat bikes, and we didn't. But nobody told us to bring a sleeping bag and a
Yeah.
mattress.
That should be on
And
the
that should be
instruction.
mandatory, because
Yeah.
it is ice cold on that ship.
Yeah.
But everyone who knows what they're doing, and we knew it, we looked around and people were pumping up their air mattresses as soon
Everyone
as they
has
got
it
on
except
board.
for us.
And we had them in the car, but you're not allowed to go down to the car deck for some reason to get
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Cars move around.
That's right. They're down there playing the radios, changing the stations on everybody, and they don't need you to walk in on that. No, Marine Atlantic, don't. You're good.
We had a great moment to start off. They're frozen it. No, every now and again, just shake your head, Jim, so I know you're still not frozen. That's the kind of thing, yeah. Right, that's it. You've been doing Dancing with Parkinson's, haven't you?
I have.
We got on the ship and it was a beautiful view. We got seats at the front and we decided to go up on deck. Gorgeous day, the wind blowing, beautiful scenery. And we all agreed as they're casting off the lines, wouldn't it be nice to have a beer to toast this journey? Lee's got another call. So
She's very
without
important.
even thinking too much, I went down to the bar deck and I began to order 4 draft beer and thought, I can't even carry 1 draft without spilling it. How am I going to carry? So I said, no, make that 4 cans. But then I realized even 4 cans are going to get spilled pretty badly by the time I get up. So I said to her, 4 cans and don't open them. And she said, well, I can't do that, sir. That's against the rules. I said, I have Parkinson's, and I raised my hand, which was tremoring roughly. As I said, I have Parkinson's. If you open those beers, none of it is going to get where I'm going. At which point, the head purser could tell something was afoot, and he came over and said, is there a problem here? And so I had to repeat it, and he said, if the man wants his beers not opened, don't open them. And then he proceeded to put them on a tray and carried them and escorted me up to the top deck. And I appeared on the top deck with the head purser at my side and 4s on a tray not open. And these
Nice.
guys were waiting. It was a triumphant Parkinson's moment.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
That is great. That is great.
And there's
Hey,
a second part to that story that involved
Yep.
Steve Eisenman, but it's a surprise, so I can't tell it.
Okay, all right, no problem.
Because I'm sure
What?
Steve is logged in North.
Absolutely, he is logged in. Actually, I just saw that Lori Eisman liked one of the posts that the Western crew put out there. Not the Eastern one, just the Western one. So that's and so what? Just for it was beautiful. The people were great. The scenery is great. Physically, how well prepared were you physically?
I was perfectly prepared.
Yes, Gallo.
Lee was also perfectly prepared.
Yeah.
Without a fat bike.
Across. Right. Yeah. Equipment wise, not prepared in the least.
Yeah.
But physically well prepared. I would say I was not prepared. I thought I was prepared. I was adequately prepared, but not exceptionally But what I quickly realized is by far the best training for doing this is 3 or 4 days of doing this, right? I'd been doing training rides for 6 months at home. And I would say I got more out of just doing the first 4 or 5 days in terms of getting up to speed than I had from 6 months of riding at home. So
Yeah.
not to say people shouldn't prepare, but you just got to throw yourself into it and it'll
Get through
come
the
about.
early days.
Yeah.
Everyone was visibly stronger every day, especially Mike 3. He started with like 30K, and that was kind of his limit. And then gradually he did the full thing. And even those very steep hills, he was able to ride up. We were really, really excited for his achievement every day.
And of course, I've had to cut the inseams of my shorts to accommodate my growing thighs.
Yeah, you know what? I guess potentially by the time you go up north, you're going to have to outfit yourself because you'll be just a mass of muscle.
Right. From the waist down.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. You know the Bugs Bunny characters who are huge up top and have the wee little like stick legs. You're the opposite. You're the opposite of that. You've got the tree trunk thighs now and calves and sleek aerodynamic up top.
I don't know why he just doesn't buy
That's
something
right.
medium.
And,
Do you
and
guys
think-
have any highlights
No,
from BC?
no. Sorry.
We
Yes.
could tell from
What's that?
We must have frozen there. We heard Lloyd say we could tell from your.
photos.
Oh, yeah. You know what? We got to meet some great people who came out to ride with us. Rob Warner and his daughter Emily started with us in Vancouver and Victoria, and came all the way to Christina Lake, and then one of Rob's other daughters lives in Spokane, Washington, and she came up for the last couple of days with her husband, and just to cycle with Rob and his family was such a highlight. We also met, Henry Gifford, 15 years old, came out and cycled with us for 2 or 3 days. That was pretty cool. And then a guy named David Walker, who came out for the one day and had such a great time, decided to drive out, 70 kilometers to meet us again to cycle another 100 with us. And we thought that was, so the people in BC that cycled with us, and now the people in Alberta, like Chris Drum and Tanya came out. They met us in Fernie, and the first day for Rob Warner's second daughter who came out, the first thing she had to do was climb 20 kilometers up a mountain for her and her husband, and she did it. And then the first day for Chris and Tanya, we started off in the pouring rain, but we still got through that. We've had so many stories of perseverance. What people keep on saying.
High for you guys for elevation climbed in a day. I'm assuming it's a big number.
It's 1,700 meters
Wow.
for one day, and that day was 37 degrees Celsius.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Emily and I did the entire thing. Rob had to get into the sport vehicle most of the way there, and we started at 9 and went until 6:30.
Climbing the whole time, pretty much.
Yeah, basically, it was almost like the there were two climbs basically, and they almost mirrored each other. So we went up and down, and then up and down, and yeah, it was quite something. But you know what? How positive Emily was, because she knew her sister was coming the next day, and then she was going to turn into the support vehicle driver. So I kept on saying to her, "Hey, look, we've got 20 kilometers to go," and she was like, 20 kilometers, yeah. And it's like, yeah, we probably are going to climb for another 20 minutes or half an hour. Half an hour, we got this, yeah. And it was like, yeah, we still have another 4 kilometers. 4 kilometers, we're okay. We can do this. And it's just like, so when someone's doing that, it is hard not to smile and just keep on pedaling. And yeah, so those were some highlights. Well, I guess another highlight is that there was a climb I didn't make it up, and I was climbing this one for over 2 hours, and I got up to 1,500 meters, and then Mike got me, and I got into the sport vehicle. But as soon as I stopped, I'm up, and there's nobody there. And I'm over on a pullover, and all of a sudden I can hear thump, 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 thump. And I was like, I'm here alone. What's going on? And I turn around, and a fawn deer is like Pepe Le Pewing within 20 feet of me.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it really was. I was like, wow. That was so cool in order to see that. So yeah, those are a couple of the highlights, right? The people, obviously, climbs, the nature we've seen, hanging out with this guy. What about you, Mike? What about you?
It's been amazing, the scenes, of course. It keeps going on about that, but yeah, the mountain's been beautiful, and the hills. Now we're starting more into the prairie-like landscape, and it's just beautiful. The sky's been clear out here. We've seen eagles, lots of eagles, falcons,
Hawks.
Yep. Sorry, hawks.
Hawks.
Yeah, no falcons. A badger.
We saw a badger.
Wow.
We went to Badger.
I guess, you know what? I guess we could say that too. We haven't seen. Oh, you know what? We saw a blow up dildo on a raft. And so then, have you guys been to dildo? Yeah.
We did super bad with seeing any wildlife in Newfoundland. Basically nothing.
Whoa.
Except for a couple dead animals.
Yeah. And to be in terms of, I think I've seen 10 deer alive and 4 or 5 dead on the side of the road. And I'm thankful I don't smell very much anymore. Well, I probably smell.
You stink, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't. Yeah, my sense of smell is not very good. So, because some of them I think were probably pretty ripe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we saw a snake yesterday.
What kind of snake?
Gardener snake.
Oh.
And what's the difference between cycling province?
What?
Say it again. Can you hear us?
You're mute.
Are we back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. What's the difference cycling between province 1 and province 2?
A ton of differences. I mean, the landscape changes so dramatically when you get out of Newfoundland, right? I mean, Newfoundland is the rock, it's jagged rock everywhere, it's rugged coastline. Already here in Nova Scotia, we're starting to get into more pastoral settings of rolling hills and grass and beautiful, but very different.
Yeah.
Highways so far a lot better in Nova Scotia than Newfoundland. Newfoundland was we were between a rock and a hard place, literally. We had to ride on the T railway, for which we had brought the wrong equipment, or we had to ride on the highway, which has very little in the way of shoulder. So it was tough going. Nova Scotia Day, the highway was great. But you've frozen again, so who
Yeah.
knows what you're gonna say.
You-
Did you use the spot you're in knowing that it was simulcast broadcast night? Is that why you chose such a good signal area?
Well, people want to hear from you. And that's what. Hey, talk about the media coverage.
Yeah, you're a Globe and Mail star. All my friends have commented on it, Lloyd.
Have you had lots of?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's been really good. We've Globe and Mail was the most recent one, which was just this past Saturday on in Toronto for the Globe and
It'll
Mail.
be on their
and,
website tonight.
Well, Mike's
Yeah.
actually found a way to put it on the website tonight.
Good. Good to hear. We had a Cape Breton one for one of our riders who just left, Roy, who's one of our neighbors back in Toronto. I don't remember what the source was called, but a local Cape Breton news source did a whole article on him, him supporting the ride and everything. And we've had a few different CBC interviews and one with Newfoundland TV, which was apparently a pretty big one. So we got a lot of recognition from that one.
Yeah, I would say after the Newfoundland TV spot, suddenly we were getting noticed everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I mean, literally, we went to a grocery store twice and didn't think we'd ever get out. Everybody just coming up to us, and apparently everybody watches Newfoundland TV in Newfoundland.
Well, just wait till
And, one-
you fall out of this YouTube live.
To an ice cream.
What's that?
Mike said, wait until we get the fallout from this YouTube live. If you think you guys were famous before.
Sorry, I interrupted
Tell
you.
me
Though. What did you say?
We went to an ice cream store and there were a family sitting next to us and they were asking about Lloyd. Where is Lloyd? Is he riding with you guys?
Of course, I wasn't riding with Lee because she doesn't ever wait for me. So you had to say, he's coming.
And I'm gonna be saying that about Lloyd too.
Well,
And so is Lee the most famous of the East Coast crew?
Internally? But Lloyd is our face. He is a great spokesperson. He tells like
Lee
Great
says
story.
that, but you see how she stood behind me?
Yeah.
As soon as a camera appears, there's Lee, right out in front. We
Brings the beauty
we
to
have
the shot.
shared the limelight as a team, and it's been great.
yeah.
But
Good.
we have been really fortunate. We've had just a ton of media attention. So
Yeah.
Okay.
hopefully that's helping the cause.
All right. And so I guess it's a quarter to. You guys have to ride tomorrow. We're going to Edmonton tomorrow and we'll have an event. What's just one more parting thought from what you're looking forward to for this week from everybody?
I would say this week going to Halifax, probably. I don't recognize every place that we have on the route, but Halifax, obviously.
Yeah.
It's sometimes nice when you're riding or driving out and kind of in the middle of nowhere for so long to be in civilization and kind of have places to go and everything. So I'm excited for Halifax.
I'm looking forward to Susan taking me off my hands. So it's going to be a good.
I'm looking forward to see Susan transform.
Oh, boy.
Because I know she will.
I'm looking forward to, we're going to my hometown, which is a little town, it's part of the Halifax, greater Halifax now, became a town in 1980, Bedford. We're gonna have a stop there at a park. And I'm really looking forward to seeing some people I know and just, I've been preaching it to everybody that will listen. So I feel like this is a great cause and I'm looking forward to showing these people my neck of the woods. Yeah, hospitality. We got a few things planned and I'm really looking forward to Truro when I think they're gonna get a bunch of bikers out with us.
Oh,
I'm really
awesome.
excited about that. So
And Mike, what about you? What are you looking forward to this week?
Edmonton, I've never been there. So I'd like to see what that is, and I gotta go see what Gretzky's like, the statue in front of this.
So I got my favorite picture was the in Hope, BC, where there's a full-size carving of Sylvester Stallone as Rambo. So that's, there's my picture in front of the statue. Mike will get his picture in front of Wayne Gretzky.
Such a relief fan, Mike.
I can still cheer for the great one.
1993 mean anything to you?
Means a lot of terrible memories. So thanks for bringing that up, Lloyd. Thanks for making it so I don't really want to see it now. Shut these things out year after year. I shut these things out. Just bring it back again.
And I guess
All right, well, we'll do this again. I mean, I understand you do it every night, but we'll do it as a group again next Sunday.
we'll do, Sunday,
Sunday.
Sunday nights with spinning wheels. From here until we get to even the day after the final hurrah in Ottawa, we'll do a recap of that. So right from this Sunday until Sunday the 29th of September, we'll aim to do these things.
It's going to be a Canadian institution. We've got Hockey Night in Canada and Sunday nights with spinning wheels.
Absolutely.
All right.
It was great to see
Wait,
you guys.
Jim,
Very nice.
Jim, what are you looking forward to?
Oh, well, I'm looking forward to figuring out how Chris is, for that. But my sister's coming out tomorrow. She flies in tomorrow into Edmonton, and she's going to ride with us to Saskatoon. So I'm really looking forward to getting to ride with my sister for a few days. I really am.
You're
looking forward
driving.
to it. Oh, Mike's going to be riding with Donna. And I'll be driving and honking the horn in support of my sister who's going to ride. So I'm really looking forward to that.
All right, enjoy.
have a great
Okay.
day.
All the best, guys.
Bye.